Hey everyone, I'm Goat and welcome to my channel. This is the first of what I hope becomes an infinite series of videos based on the FPV hobby. Here you're going to find reviews, how-tos, and about anything FPV related. I have a passion for drones and I love to research everything. I'd like to share what I learn with all of you and hopefully be able to help you in one way or another. Like most of us, I've run into many problems building drones, work in beta flight, and flying drones. I'll share my experiences with you in a clear and easy format that everyone can follow. I'm sure my first few videos will be a train wreck, but I'll improve with experience. I'm also going to be learning to edit video, so hang in there with me. Today, I'd like to look over the TBS Source One frame. This is one of the most common beginner frames, or at least it should be, and there's many reasons for that. First and foremost, it's tough, with 4mm arms that will take most of our crashes with ease. It's also very roomy, so trying to fit all our gear in there is very easy and forgiving. It's also cheap. Okay, let's get started and take a look at this thing.
Alright gang, here's what you get when you open up the package. Get your 4mm thick arms, very sturdy. One of the improvements on the version 3 was they added quite a bit of beef here on the end of the arms to give you a little more protection for your motors. They used to be real short and the motor bell would actually be right on the edge. So in a collision, a lot of motor bells were getting bent. We've got the top plate, 2mm thick. That was redesigned as well. They added longer battery straps, slots, so you can move your battery around a little bit. Gives you a lot more option there. They also added some nice little slots for zip ties for your antennas or whatever. We got our camera mounts, which were also improved. They made more angle holes, give you a few more options for mounting different cameras. And they also made it so on the main frame, it goes right tight up against your standoffs. That way it helps add a little bit more rigidity to the frame. Your bottom plate is 3mm thick. Again, very sturdy. That was redesigned a little bit to match up with the top frame and moving the center plate to the bottom. They had to change a few things, but they've also added all kinds of little slots for zip ties in here for your motor wires and antennas if you want, whatever. You'll notice they've got the nut inserts in there already, so that's really handy. Then on your center plate, this is going to help sandwich your arms. You've got your battery pad, which isn't real sticky, but I'm sure it'll do the job. It's nice that it's included with the kit. Most frames don't come with that. You got your 30mm standoffs painted black. I really like the black. It goes with the carbon fiber really nice. This would be a great build for something if you wanted to make a flat black stealth build. Get your hardware, your screws. There's only 2 different length screws in the kit, so it makes it very easy to put it together. And that's what you got. Now, why don't we go ahead and do some assembly, and you'll see what it looks like all put together, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so we'll take our bottom plate, and you want to take note of which way the nut certs are going there. You want to make sure that when you're putting your screws in, it's pulling everything tighter. You don't, if you go the wrong way, you'll pull these nut certs right out, and that'll be a pain in the butt. So we want to put our arm on this side, and then we'll put our bottom plate on. We're going to need 4 hands at first here. All right, and first we're going to use the shorter screws. And a 2mm nut driver is all you need to put it together. All the hardware's got the 2mm hex head. And then your center holes for the arm, that is where your stack is going to mount if you're using a 30 by 30 stack. So you want to use the long screws, and then they'll stick through just enough so you can screw your standoffs on there if you're using nylon standoffs or whatever. Some people like to use a way longer bolt and mount everything right to the bolt. One thing I should mention, if you're going to go with a 20 by 20 stack, you want to put your screws through there first before you put the bottom plate on. That way you can get to them. And they've made holes so you can get through to tighten them up when you put your inserts, your standoffs on. All right. So now we got our first one on. That was pretty easy. And we'll repeat it 4 times. All right, we've got our arms on there. You can see everyone does this, so I may as well. It's nice and sturdy. Very, very little flex in there. Don't know if you can see, but that's very sturdy. All right, so next step, we can put our standoffs in. We'll put a screw in the hole. Sorry, I got to remember to keep on camera. And please forgive me if I'm just rambling on. Okay, now that we've got our standoffs in place, I just want to point out a couple of things. Like I said, there's 4 longer screws that are included with the kit. You want to use those in the center if you're going to use a 30 by 30 stack. If you're going to use a 20 by 20 stack, you want to make sure you pop your screws in through the holes before you screw your bottom plate on, your center plate, because you won't be able to get them in there after. Like I said, it's a sturdy frame. Okay, now we want to put our camera plates on. They'll go into these little notches on the bottom of the frame. I want to make sure I turn it properly so the camera can be angled. And these are kind of a tight fit, but they should go in there. There we go, is one. Now we'll make sure we put this one in the same way. All right, and like I was telling you before, see how they fit right up tight against the standoffs there? That'll give you nice and sturdy. Just adds a little rigidity to the frame, which is always good in FPV. We all know what happens. All right, then we want to fit these notches in there to the top of the camera plate, or the top plate. Again, it's a pretty snug fit. There we go. Now we've got it. All right. Now we can just put in our screws for the top plate. Into the standoffs. And you just want to be a little bit careful you don't cross thread these. I think we all have in the past, one time or another. And on standoffs, that's really a bear because it's hard to hold on to them to tighten them or loosen them after that. Throwing screws all over the place. And it looks like TBS has included enough screws in the kit for your 20 by 20 stack if you're going to use that under there. That's awful handy. Nothing worse than having to go search down for screws after the fact. So tell me what you think about this frame. Go ahead and post down in the comments. I'd love to have some people tell me. Like I said, I know my video is not going to be the best. It's my first one. I'm quite nervous. I want to do the best job I can for y'all. But I'm going to try to be thorough at least. And of course, make sure that if you enjoyed this video, you give me a thumbs up. And I'd love to have you subscribe. Press that bell and you'll know whenever I put out new videos. I'm hoping to pop out a video every week or so. Maybe 2 a week. Depends how time goes. This time of year I'm pretty busy through the winter months, but summertime I have a lot more time to kill. But I'll probably be out flying my drone some in the summer too, and I'll give you some footage of that. All right, so there we go. That's the complete TBS Source One frame. Get away. So there we have it, the TBS Source One frame. It's a very boxy frame with X arms. Very, very sturdy. Boy, it's even gotten stiffer with those standoffs and top plate put in there. Of course, our Grip battery pad, or not Grip, I'm sorry. It's going to go right on there. Your strap, put your battery strap around there, and everything's good to go. Okay, so there's the completed 5-inch TBS Source One frame. Just mention again, it's made for 30 by 30 stack or 20 by 20 stack. Also got holes back here for your 20 by 20 stack. You've got plenty of mounting options for your cameras. The total weight of this frame is 149.1 grams. So it's a little heavy, but for a freestyle frame, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess that'll wrap it up for this video. I hope you come back and join me for another. Remember, subscribe, like, nothing like a good old thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I know I'm a little bit jittery, but was the information good enough? Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.